it's true I do come here from New York City, and it's because I'm lonely and have a broken personal life, so I have nothing going on for me in New York City, so I have to drive 3.5 hours in order to have some semblance of a life. So there you go. Round of applause for me. Coming out here. Thank you. Thank you. And as per the fact that I don't have a personal life, I've been smoking a lot of weed and watching Cheers. You guys, a round of applause. You Cheers fan? That's kind of cliche to say. I like Cheers. Cheers is a good show. I love Norm's Walk. No, I know I'm talking about a show that ended maybe 22 years ago, but bear with me if some of you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. But Norm has this walk every time he walks in, like... You know the Norm Walk, that 22-year-old reference you're making, Duval? Perfect. Very good. And just so there's no confusion, guys, I am not Lenny Kravitz, Huey from the Boondocks, or any other racially ambiguous black guy you think I look like. I've heard them all. I was at a bar a little while ago, and this guy came up to me, and he's just like, "Hey man, you look just like my roommate Nick. You know him?" I was like, one, that's not how looking like someone works. We're not Highlanders, we're not all sensing the quickening. And no, I don't know your roommate Nick. He's like, "Oh man, you look just like him." And then he shows me a picture of a black guy with hair. I guess I can see that, thanks man. Yeah, it's a nightmare. But no, I do come up here a lot. Last time I was up here was like a week ago, and I was on a fool's errand, pursuing love. And I ended up sleeping in my car behind the Harvard residencies. Anybody go to Harvard here? You can tell Leslie she can go fuck herself. That's from the heart. Did not respond to her text messages quick enough. So she said, she didn't kick me out. She did a very diplomatic Harvard thing. She said, "You should probably find somewhere else to sleep tonight." So I did, my car. So that was a delight. I don't know, dating's a nightmare. Anybody in a relationship here, anybody like doing that love thing, dating? Everyone's single, yes! Fantastic. Or not enthusiastic about revealing that information to me. Either way, you're fucked. Yeah, I don't know, dating's a nightmare. I just think it's a weird concept in the first place, like the notion of sitting across from somebody, you know, you're dating 2 years and you're just like, dinner, like, "Oh, how did it make you feel when your boss did that?" Oh, that's so fucked up. It's like, what do you do after a while, right? But I knew this relationship with this girl wasn't going to work out from the beginning. From the beginning, I knew this relationship was not going to work out, because on our first date, we were out to dinner, and we're sitting there and eating, and she's just like, "Duval, just want to let you know, I'm having a really good time. That's how I eat. But I apologize for my white privilege." I was like, "What?" She's like, "My white privilege. Because of my skin color, I have a better shot at success and prosperity in life than you do." I was like, "Is that why I'm paying for this $97 dinner? Drunk driving us home in my 5 Series? Where does your white privilege start and my wallet end?" I'm a little confused about that. So we go home, we go back to her place. This is the first date. We're just like, making out, kissing. And she's like, "Duval, should I get a condom?" I was like, "No, you can like hang out and watch Cheers on Netflix. Like, we don't need to rush things so much." She's like, "I'm gonna get a condom, but I'm only sleeping with you on the first date because I'm a sex-positive feminist." Classic. First every time, right? I always said that, but yeah, sure. Yeah, it's good. It was like, better tell yourself. She's like, "What, you don't take gender politics seriously?" I was like, "Of course I do. I'm a masturbation negative humanist." Are we going to fuck or not? I'm confused right now. Where is this going? I don't know. I think a lot of the reason that I have a hard time with girls in life in general is because I feel very alienated as I wear this fucking spaceman jacket in here. I'm aware of how I look, guys. I just don't give a fuck anymore. I'm broken as an individual. But yeah, I've always felt very alienated. I went to a really fancy private school on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, but I grew up in the projects, which gave me a very unique perspective on people. I hate them. Now you guys are cool. Don't worry about it. But I was always between worlds. I was always between 2 worlds all the time. And I was 10 years old, I remember, being in my room, and my cousins from the hood, like my hood cousins, kicked in the door of my bedroom while I was watching a fan subtitled version of Sailor Moon. Fighting evil by moonlight, winning love by daylight, never running from a real fight. She is the one named who doesn't ever have sex again. So thank you. But yeah, you don't know alienation until you have to explain what the fuck the Moon Kingdom is to a bunch of kids from the South Bronx. Is you gay? No, she does a tuxedo mask. He throws the rose and then saves her every time. Yeah, it sucked. It sucked a lot. So yeah, I don't fit in, so I travel a lot. I like to travel because I don't belong in any one place. And it sucks, I know. My life sucks. I'm not this depressed. I just drove 3.5 hours to get here and it's tired. But I feel good. You guys are good. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're sexy people. I like it. You made this trip worthwhile. Yeah, no, I travel a lot, and I lived in LA for a while, and I lived in New York, and I drove back and forth occasionally for weird reasons. And when you drive across this country, you get to see just how varied and diverse the problems this country faces are, as evidenced by, I was driving through rural Arkansas. You're from Arkansas, I apologize. It has its charm. But there's a billboard there, maybe you've seen this billboard. There's a billboard that says, literally, no exaggeration, if you beat your wife, and do meth, we will take your gun. So it's not the problem of domestic violence by itself, nor is it the problem of meth abuse by itself. It is the diabolical union of these two together that have thrown Arkansas into a state of emergency for which the only solution is to take these rednecks nuts. Weird, wild stuff. So I saw that and I was like, hey, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get out of Arkansas, not my state. And I was trudging along. I ended up in South Carolina. South Carolina's been in the news as of late. Round of applause. Who thinks it's a good thing that the Confederate flag got taken down? Round of applause. Who thinks? You know why? You know why I think if you believe in the Confederate flag and you support that, you should proudly fly it? So I know we're not to pull over on road trips. Alright, your white guilt's going to get me killed, please. Sitting there driving, oh man, I really gotta pee. General Lee gas station? No, I don't. Just another 700 more miles to the Mason-Dixon line. Zeroing in on the Northeast. It's a fucking nightmare. I don't know, man. I think a lot of the racial tension in this country is bullshit. I do. Obviously, there are examples of unjust police brutality and institutionalized systemic racism in this country. But the reason I know that racial tension in this country is, for the most part, bullshit drummed up by the media to keep us watching and in a state of perpetual fervor is cuckold porn. You guys know what cuckold porn is? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I love me some cuckold porn! Yeehaw! I don't know why I gave you a southern accent, but I assume you're pretty southern. Alright, we'll discuss your masturbation habits after the show. So for those of you that don't masturbate as much as this man does, cuckold porn is when a wife is filmed by her husband having sex with another guy. Typically a really white wife, typically a really black guy. And everyone has a southern accent. I was watching one of these scholarly academic research people, one of these porns, and the wife is sucking the other guy's cock. And the husband gets in real close to the camera and goes, "Oh, honey, I love you." Now, I've not said I love you to very many people in this life and probably won't. But when I do, gotta hope she doesn't have another guy's cock in her mouth. Solving racial inequity one blowjob at a time. And we get distracted from where the real racism is, guys. TV, film, media. What is the most racist film franchise ever made? Back to the Future. How can you say that, Duval? How can you say Back to the Future is the most racist film franchise ever made? Start in the middle. Back to the Future 2. Remember when Marty wakes up in the alternate 1985? How does the director let us know that he's in a bad, dangerous alternate reality? What does he do? He goes home and finds black people there! Dog, what the hell is that? Back to the Future 1, Marty McFly invents rock and roll, not Chuck Berry. Back to the Future 3, there are no black people in Back to the Future. Thank you very much, guys. You've been fantastic. My name is Duval Culpepper. Thank you.